So you had a little bit of a hard time this week.
Yeah, I felt better. I definitely did a lot better in the long run after our session, because I kept tapping and working on myself. And then with Mother's Day and having a challenge with was my boyfriend at the time. We've split, so that's been interesting. And so it's definitely been a challenging week.
Okay, and how are you feeling now after the challenging week?
Well, a lot of anger come up in me earlier. I'm sad. I'm frustrated. I don't believe that I can ever count on men. That came up this morning. Not feeling good about myself because he found out that some of the choices I made when I was younger and judged me on that. And that doesn't feel good. So, and I've worked on a lot of that stuff, but I haven't been able to clear it all. So,
well, first thing I want you to do in each one of those things, check your self-worth and see where it's at.
Plummeted.
Okay, so go into each one of them separately and raise the dial.
Okay.
Raise that dial and raise the self-compassion dial. Make sure that's at a 10.
Okay, that's not working as good as it normally does because I have this anger like in the pit of my stomach.
All right. The anger dial, you want to tap it away. Your choice. Or spin it away.
Yeah, I'll do it this way.
Continue now.
Okay. All right. Okay. So now I'm on self-worth. I did the
compassion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, how do you feel now?
Better. And it's normal for like thoughts that you have about yourself and stuff like that to come up, right?
Yeah, obviously. Okay, I want to really go to the one about can't depend on men.
Okay.
Why? Do I want to go there?
Yeah.
The men who you attracted, who you couldn't depend on, who attracted them?
Me.
Based on what?
My dad.
On what you're holding inside. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the dial of can't depend on man to can depend on men, which means you'd be attracting the men that you can depend on as opposed to the men that you can't depend on, because there are men that you can depend on. Yeah. They were just not in alignment with you. They weren't in the same vibration as you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I feel like I can't. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely an interesting one. I don't know what that looks like on the other side. Because it has proven itself every relationship.
Well, let's ask you this. Do you know anybody who does have a man that they can depend on?
One.
Okay, use that as your go-to. That's not to say that he has to have all the other characteristics that this man has, but you have to have that characteristic of depending on him, being able to depend on him.
Okay.
Okay. What do you just do? You change your belief. Okay. As you change your belief, you'll see different things in your life. Because what you see is dependent on your beliefs.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's like ask better questions, you'll get better answers. Have better beliefs, you'll have better things in your life.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's so interesting. I didn't even realize, like, even all my girlfriend relationships, most of them.
Can't count on them, can't depend on them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I depend on my girlfriends, but they can't depend on the guys in their life either.
Oh, I see. Okay. Because you're attracting like people.
Yeah, exactly.
You're attracting more proofs for your belief. See, that one can't depend. That one can't depend. That one can't depend.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the interesting thing is that I was always a daddy's girl, and my father loves me. I love him and everything. And I could always depend on him for money issues. It's like if I was ever in trouble with money, he'd always be there to help me. My ex, well, there were a lot of things I couldn't depend on him. But in terms of the child support, he has always come through and made sure it was exactly on time. And if it wasn't, he checked it out right away to make sure I got the money. Because my belief was men are the ones who are in charge of money and they come through with money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good belief to have.
Yeah.
That's a good belief to have. That wasn't my experience with my
Okay, so, but my point though is that if you already have the belief installed, great, keep it. If you don't, then change whatever you do believe so that you have the belief that you want installed, and then you'll bring that into your life. Now, when you think back, have you changed it? Can you like now see that there can be men who can be dependent on? You can depend on?
No, not yet, because the relationship that I just had, I thought he was somebody that I could depend on, and his wife was able to depend on him. But that's not my experience with him. So there's a lot of sadness around that.
Okay, release the sadness. And there's two ways you can do it. You can either go sadness 10 down to 0, or you can go from sadness to what's the opposite of sadness?
Is happiness.
So from sadness to happiness.
Okay. So how do you do that? How do you do that with the knob?
Sadness on one side, happiness is on the other. I would look at the happiness as unconditional happiness. Right, one which you can get to anytime you want, regardless of what's going on around you. Okay, because that's the best kind to have.
Okay.
Okay, so go back to that we did the depending on men. You can now see that's a possibility of being able to depend on men, right? Because until you feel it inside, it's never going to happen. You know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sadness kind of flipped to, because the gentleman that I was seeing, his wife passed away about a year ago, so it kind of flipped from the sadness of that experience to, he loves her more than he loves me, and then that went to, that with my dad, because he divorced my mom and got married to another woman.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all still there.
Okay.
And, yeah.
So that's there. What's the emotion that's there?
That my dad, and of course I think that's probably when that belief probably came in, is through the divorce, that I couldn't count on my father because that's, yeah. So,
all right. So let's switch.
That he loved his new wife more than he did me or my mom.
Let's switch that belief. Mm-hmm. What do you want the two polars to be? What do you want to get to at the end? So your belief is that, what are you tapping on?
I'm angry and I'm sad because it feels fucking worthless.
Let it go. Let it go. It's so fucking worthless. Just let it go. It's a good feeling word for letter A.
Apple.
Good feeling word for letter B.
Baseball.
Good feeling word for letter C.
Cat.
Good feeling word for letter D.
Diving.
Let it go. Safe to let it go. all the memories that support it, all the programs that support it, all the attachments that support it, all the references that support it, all the programs that support it, all the proofs that support it, be it from past lives, present lives, future lives, or parallel lives. Just let it go. Transform it to love, to joy, to happiness, to clarity, to abundance of good things, and to loads of fun in every area of my life, with every person in my life. I'm safe. Grab your wrist, breathe in, blow out. Peace. Go back to little Miranda with her father. What is the emotion that she's feeling over there?
That my father never loved me.
Pull that out. Pull it out from the picture, everything. Every last drop of it. Don't let it stay behind. Okay, got it all?
I think so.
Hold it in your hand with your mind's eye. Notice it has a color. What's the color?
Red.
It has a spin. What's the spin?
It goes to the right.
Take it by the two sides. Make it be the opposite what it was in every possible way. Spinning it faster and faster. Doubling the speed, doubling the amplitude, doubling the magnitude, doubling the frequency. Keep doubling it over and over again till you know it can never go back to ways before. It's going to get bigger and better ways now until it takes on life force of its own. When you got it for all the right reasons, slam it right back into where you took it out from, shocking your system as you do. Any sensations, any things might feel in your body's way of letting go of the old, allowing the new. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to change it. Just your body process through. And just like a snake sheds its skin, takes a new skin, just like a computer sheds its old program, takes a new program, allow your body to shed all those old programs that support the program you just released. Allow it to install new programs. Want to support the new program you just installed. When you got it for all the right reasons, try to bring it back. See what happens instead.
Well, it's kind of like I went from feeling not loved to feeling worthless.
Okay, pull out the worthless feeling. Pull it all out, every last drop. Don't make it stay behind. That's right, let it go.
Okay.
With your mind's eye, take a look at it, notice what the color is.
It's black.
Notice it has a spin to it. Which way is it spinning?
To the right.
Take it by the two sides, make it be the opposite of what it was in every possible way. Spinning it faster and faster, doubling the speed, doubling the amplitude, doubling the magnitude, double the frequency, keep doubling it over and over again. So you know, can never go back to before, going to get bigger and better ways now until it takes life force its own. When you got it for all the right reasons, slam it right back in, shocking the system as you do. Any sensations, anything that might feeling out your body's way of letting go of the old, allowing the new. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to change it. Just your body process through. When you got it for all the right reasons, try to bring it back. See what happens instead.
There's just a little bit there.
Of what?
Of nobody loves me.
Okay, pull that out.
Okay.
Okay, with your mind's eye, take a look. Notice it has a color. What's the color?
It's red.
This has a spin. Which way is it spinning?
To the right.
Take it by the two sides. Make it be the opposite of what it was in every possible way. Spinning it faster and faster, doubling the speed, doubling the amplitude, double the magnitude, double the frequency. Keep doubling it over and over again till you know can never go back to before, going to get bigger and better ways now until it takes life force one. You got it for all the right reasons. Slam it right back in. Shock your system as you do. sensations, anything like feeling or your body's way of letting go of the old, allowing the new. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to change it. Just your body process through. When you got it for all the right reasons, try to bring it back. See what happens instead.
No, I can't bring it back.
Okay. Go back to that little Miranda to around 5 minutes before all this started. Tell her you are. Make her believe it. Tell her you're from the future. Make her believe it. And tell her that here in the future you have special powers. You can change the past. Make her believe it.
Okay.
And then tell her how much you love her, how much you've always loved her, how much you always will love her, how you're going to always be there for her, guiding her, hugging her, supporting her, loving her, teaching her, showing her the path of least resistance to where she wants to get to.
What do I do if I'm having a hard time saying that?
All that lack of love, whatever it means, whatever it represents, whoever gave it to me.
Well, it's about me not feeling good about being able to give that to her because I've been so fucked up.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you've learned a lot from all that fucked up, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
And if you had a little girl here in front of you now, what would you be telling her? Would you tell her, I can't love you because I'm so fucked up?
I feel like I can't lead her because I'm so fucked up.
Yeah, but you know all the mistakes you made, and you can teach her how not to make them, right?
Yeah, very true.
So is that hard to do?
No.
So go ahead and do it.
Okay.
And with all that knowledge and wisdom that you gained, I want you to give it to her, that knowledge and wisdom. And let it go right down to the level of her DNA so it can be expressed automatically, naturally, and effortlessly without her having to think about it. Just like her hair grows without thinking about it. Just like her nails grow without thinking about it. Just like she breathes without thinking about it.
Okay.
Now see your timeline from then all the way till today. Notice on that timeline, you have some positive events. You have some less than positive events. The ones that your conscious mind knows about and the ones that your other than conscious mind knows about. What I want you to do is I want you to have her play out that whole timeline with all that new information, all that new wisdom that you downloaded right down the level of DNA that's being expressed automatically, naturally, and effortlessly without her having to think about it. And notice as you play it not once, not twice, not 100 times, but millions of times at the speed of thought, that all the positive events grow bigger and stronger and better. And all the less than positive events, hop on over to the positive side. And as they get more and more, they grow bigger and stronger and better till there's nothing left on the less than positive side. And notice how your mind is lighting up like a Christmas tree on Christmas Eve with all the new neural connections that you're creating by going through this timeline millions of times at the speed of thought. And let them get so intertwined that you couldn't uproot them even if you tried.
Okay.
Okay. And now, before we go to the future, what I want you to do is go over to that little Miranda and tell her she's the luckiest kid in the world because today she can have anything she wants that would make her the happiest camper in the world. What does she want?
She wants me to love her.
Can you do that?
Yep.
Okay, so I want you to make on a big screen in front of you the best video you can of you loving her the way that she wants. And when you got it perfect and right, step inside of there with her.
Okay.
And now notice how there's a good feeling forming inside of you. Can you feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Point where you feel it, where it started. And notice there's a color attached to it. What's the color?
Blue.
I want you to beam out that blue energy and create a blue frame around the very best scene in that movie.
Okay.
And when you got it, take the frame by the two sides together with the whole picture that's inside.
Okay.
Bring it up over your head and bring it up and down, washing your mind, body, spirit, and soul with that good feeling. And don't stop until you're totally, totally immersed in it. Every single molecule of your body.
Okay.
Okay. And now come to the present day and step on out of your timeline and go 7 days into the future. Step into the Miranda of 7 days from now. See what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel. Paying special attention for the things we worked on today, which mostly have to do with relationships with men. And you report back. What's changed? What's different?
I feel much better about myself and being with myself.
Good, because that's the most important thing. Mm-hmm. Someone once told me that, and I totally agree with this, it's not you and him as a whole. 50%, 50%. Each of you is a whole. Each of you has to feel totally good within yourself. And then when you get together, you shine all the brighter. That's in Bruce Lipton's honeymoon effect. Talks all about that.
Bruce Lipton's what?
Honeymoon effect.
Okay.
He has a book called Honeymoon Effect. And he talks all about that effect of the honeymoon and how, because most people get married thinking the other person's going to fill me up with happiness. And it doesn't work that way. No one can fill you up with happiness besides you. Because it has to come from the inside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that's why you go from relationship to relationship to relationship. And you never feel happy because you're always bringing yourself with you.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now step out of there. Go 1 month, 7 days into the future. Step into the Miranda of that time. See what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel. Paying special attention to all things worked on today. Give me a report back.
I feel powerful because I was able to move forward with my life the way I wanted to.
Cool. That's kind of power. And now step out of there. Go 1 year, 1 month, 7 days into the future. Step into the Miranda of then. See what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel. Paying special attention to all the things we worked on today. Give me a report back. What's changed? What's different?
A lot of my dreams came true. I'm running a successful business, being a practitioner.
Cool.
I don't have to depend on anybody else. I have an income stream for myself.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now step out of there and go 5 years into the future. Step into the Miranda of then. See what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel. Paying special attention to things we worked on today. Give me a report back.
I don't know. I see myself with somebody special going to a boat, to get on a boat.
Cool. Like that one.
In the sand, yeah. I like that one too.
Okay. And I want you to live out a week in her life so you can have those things right now. And as you do, have her download into you all the knowledge, wisdom, and information that she gained throughout the 5 years. Let her download it right down to the level of your DNA so it can be expressed automatically, naturally, and effortlessly without you having to think about it right now. And you don't have to wait those 5 years to get it.
Okay. Cool.
Step out, give her a big hug. Tell her you can't wait to meet her in 5 years from now on the boat with that someone special, whoever it might be. And coming back to today, bringing back all that knowledge, wisdom, information, knowing that it's yours. Embedded in your DNA to be expressed naturally, effortlessly, and automatically whenever you need it without you having to even think about it. And when you're ready, to embrace this new reality that your Creator has created for yourself. Open your eyes.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Good. Tired, but good.
Good, good, good.